Hello students, how are you all? Hope all of you are well. All of you are at home because we have to stay at home. We should not go outside during this lockdown period. If we want to live on the earth, we want to be safe, especially during this lockdown with from this coronavirus. We have to stay at home only. We should not go out. We should be safe from this virus, and we should study also because show must go on. So in the previous video I had explained you all the first, second and third chapter question answers. We have completed our whole exercise. We have to write these question answers in our notebook. Now we are moving towards the chapter number 4, metals and non-metals. Before starting this chapter, I would like to tell you something. Whenever we go in a deep about anything, that what are these compounds made up of, if we talk about the window, this whiteboard, this door, or the rods, what are these made up of, then slowly we find that these are made up of elements, right? From where do these elements came, how these elements have been divided. So first of all I am talking about the matter, right? What is matter, can you tell me? Matter, anything which occupies space, have some mass and can be judged by our sense organ, is called matter. Matter has been classified into the two parts: physical classification and chemical classification. What is physical classification? Physical classification. Can you tell me what is physical classification? A classification in which no new substance are formed. And chemical classification means a classification in which new substance are formed. So if we have divided these two parts of matter, physical classification and chemical classification, the physical classification has been divided into the three parts that we have studied: solid, liquid and gas, right? And this chemical classification has been divided into the two parts: pure substances and impure substances. Pure substances and impure substance. Impure means mixture, impure substances. After getting the knowledge of solid, liquid, gas, we have studied this in previous standard also, that solid whose shape, size, volume are fixed, their atoms and molecules are tightly held with each other. Liquid whose volume is fixed but not shape and size, and gas, nothing is fixed, neither shape and size nor volume. So these three classification of matter, from physical classification and from chemical classification: pure substance and mixture. Pure substance means matter which is made up of only one type of atoms or molecules is called pure substances, like pure ghee means cow's milk, or buffalo's milk means pure, means which is made up of only one type of atoms or molecule, and mixture means which is made up of different types of atoms and molecules. Pure substances has been divided into the two parts: elements and compounds. Elements and compounds. And if we talk about mixture, also divided into the two parts: homogeneous mixture and heterogeneous mixture. Homogeneous mixture and heterogeneous mixture. What you have to do? You have to just make this flowchart diagram in your notebook. Now these elements has been divided into the three parts: metals, non-metals and metalloids. Metals, non-metals, metalloids. Why I have written these all the things? Because our chapter name is only metals and non-metals. What is this metal? To understand matter, I have just drawn this flow sheet diagram. Now this metal is an element, right? There are how many element is what? First of all, what is element? If anybody asks you, what is element? Question will be that, what is element? Element is a pure substance which is made up of only one type of atoms. Elements is a pure substance which is made up of only one type of atoms. So now these elements are divided into the three parts: metals, non-metals and metalloids. There are total 118 elements. How many? 118 elements. All these things we have studied in our 7th standard. But if you have studied them, if you have not studied, then not an issue. I will just join some of the link in the descriptive box, so you can just click that link, you will get knowledge of. So there are total 118 elements present in the globe right now. Out of that 118, there are still some remaining to find, because Mendeleev had just announced that in future these type of elements will come, whose atomic number will be this, mass number will be this. So he had already announced, okay. But now we have to understand about this 118 elements. Out of 118, only 17 are non-metals. Rest are metals, or the mixture of metal and non-metals, that is called metalloids. Now after getting the knowledge, as we have studied about the metals, non-metals and metalloids. Now the 17 are non-metals and some are metals, some are metalloids. Maximum are metals only and some are metalloids. Now question is what is metal? First of all, you have to just draw the diagram. We will study about the metal, we will study about non-metal. Right now these two things we have to study, and before drawing the flow sheet diagram, I would like to ask you that as you get knowledge about the metal and non-metal, have you ever thought who was the first person who had invented this element and who had find this element from the earth crust, how they had known that this is metal or this is non-metal? Each and every property we are going to discuss in this chapter. We are going to learn about metals, properties of metal, from which form this metal has been found on the earth, how these metals are being extracted, how the pure metals are being obtained. Each and every features of metal and non-metal we are going to discuss in this chapter. Before discussing, you can draw this flow sheet diagram in your notebook. If you don't want to draw this flow sheet diagram, then you can just take a screenshot. After taking a screenshot, we will move ahead. I hope all of you have taken a screenshot of this video. Now we are moving ahead. Now let's start something about the elements. So first of all, I would like to inform you about some properties of elements, which are metals can be broadly classified into. Especially first of all, what is metal? Metal is an element which have properties of donating electrons. As for example, some persons have properties of donating, means you will see some persons have characteristics of giving nature. Have you ever seen a person which likes to give? Whenever you will see some of the students, they take very less, but they believe on giving. They give something to other peoples, they give something to the needy peoples, they give whatever they have in their life. They want to give everything because the God has given to them, so they want to expand their life, so they believe on giving. Similarly, our one element which has a property of giving electrons to other element is called metal. Metal is an element which gives electron to other elements, means they are electropositive elements. What are metals? Metals are electropositive elements. What is the meaning of electropositive? You can ask me, sir, what is the meaning of electropositive? Electropositive means, suppose the sodium is an element, right? So if sodium removes one electron or gives one electron, so it will become sodium plus, and this sodium plus will give one electron. Means they are having a nature of giving, as already I have told you that they are electropositive, means an element which has electron giving nature, or they are called electropositive elements. Means elements which can donate electron, which can give electron, they are called electropositive elements. And an elements which has a property of giving, you will see some of the persons, they never give anything. You will see some of the students also, they never share their lunchbox, but they believe on eating other elements. Yes, other persons lunchbox, they try to eat all the lunch from their lunchbox, but they never try to give their lunchbox to others. So means a property of gaining, means electronegative elements. Metals are electropositive elements and non-metals are electronic. As for example, chlorine has a nature of taking one electron. So as they take one electron, they get a negative charge on it. So that's why metals are electropositive elements and non-metals are electronegative elements. So let's read about something about the elements. Elements can be broadly classified into metals and non-metals. Most of the elements on the earth are metals. Most of the elements on the earth are metals. Only 17 are non-metals. Gold, silver, platinum and mercury are the examples of metal. Hydrogen, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen and sulfur are the examples of non-metals. Sometimes elements occur in free state. Sometimes elements occur in free state, not in the combined with any other elements in the earth crust. Often they are present as compounds. Such substances that occur naturally in the earth crust are called minerals. Means first of all, what is mineral? Minerals means an elements which specially occurs in the earth crust, either in the free state or in the form of solid state. Solid state means they are formed in the compounds. They are mixed with the other elements also. So they are called minerals. What is minerals? Such substances that occur naturally in the earth crust are called minerals. They have a fixed structure and chemical compositions. Minerals are often found in the rocks. These rocks are mined and the elements required are extracted from the rock. Rock formation that contain large amount of an element that can be extracted profitably called ores. These metals and the ores. See, first of all, now question is, as already I had explained you what is mineral. Mineral are generally found in the naturally formed. They are especially found in the earth crust. As we get these minerals from the earth crust, they are not 100% free existing. Means these elements is purely you can obtain from this earth crust. They are formed in the compound. They are mixed up with the other elements. They form compounds. Like when you have you ever eaten rock salt? Have you heard? Sandha namak, you see, no? That's called rock salt. They are especially the sodium element is found in the rock. So when we have to separate the sodium from this rock, then we have to use the extraction method. After using this extraction method, we separate these elements. Especially we can use for the commercial purpose and we can get more and more benefit. So especially I am going to write some of the metals, ore and their formulae of the ore. So you can write these metals name, what are the ores present, what are their ores name, and after them you can write about their formula of the ore. So here you can see, as I have written here some of the metals name. These are the metals name, these are ores name, and these are the chemical formula of these ores. Okay. So first of all, what you have to do, you have to make a table. There are some metals like copper. Copper is specially found in the earth crust in the form of chalcopyrites or chalcosites. Chalcopyrites chemical formula CuFeS2 and chalcosite Cu2S. So these are the two ores of copper and these are their chemical formula. Aluminium is specially found in the bauxite. The chemical formula of bauxite is Al2O3 into 2H2O. Iron is specially found in the earth crust in the form of hematite and magnetite. Hematite chemical formula ferric acid Fe2O3 and magnetite ferroferric acid, that is Fe3O4. Similarly, lead. Lead is found in the earth crust in the form of galena. Lead sulfide is the chemical formula PbS. Magnesium is specially found in the earth crust in the form of magnesite and dolomite. Chemical formula magnesium carbonate MgCO3, and here calcium magnesium carbonate, so CaMgCO3 whole twice. Mercury is found in the earth crust in the form of cinnabar, that chemical formula HgS. Zinc is found in the earth crust in the form of smithsonite and zinc blende. Smithsonite chemical formula ZnCO3 and zinc blende chemical formula ZnS. First of all, you have to make this table in your notebook. After making table, you have to just divide into the three parts: metal, ore and formula. You have to remember these ores name and their chemical formula. These questions may be asked, especially what are the metals ore of iron, or what are the ores of iron, what are their chemical formula. Similarly types questions will be asked. So what you have to do, you have to just make a box. In that box you have to divide 3 parts, and then you have to write all these things. You can take a screenshot also afterwards. First of all, I hope today whatever we have discussed, all these important topic you have to write in your notebook. After writing in your notebook, you should learn also. As you start learning, so you are prepared for exam. That's all for today. I hope all of you have liked this video. If you have enjoyed this video, then don't forget to like and subscribe. Share this video with your friends so your friends can also get knowledge. That's all for today. Thank you. Thanks for watching. You can take a screenshot or you can write in your notebook.